No offense to the Jets. I obviously am a Jets fan, but they were playing the Jets.
But it doesn't matter.
He could have walked it in. He bet on the Jets.
So you're talking about 100% versus 99%.
She's on with the script situation.
He fucking bet on the Jets.
They can't bet on football.
Yeah,
I
several
know
people
that, obviously.
And if that is happening,
funny.
it's going to be a huge problem.
He'll be suspended for 2 years. Is that not the new rule?
First down, dogs.
Sorry, it wouldn't have been funny if we went 0-5.
I'm definitely.
I mean, you're supposed to.
If I go 0-5,
it's the one deal.
I'm actually right now shopping for underwear.
You were shopping last year for underwear.
Yeah, like I was thinking, I found some that have like right around the wieners, like a bow tie. So I'm
That's
like,
actually very funny.
So your formal wear?
yeah. So I'm like, I got a whole plan, and then I might actually start to try to go 0-5. You know,
just to show.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
Kinds.
What?
It doesn't work when you
might work the other way.
No, when you fade yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm doing terrible. Like I won one bet in the last 10, so you try to fade yourself. Yeah, it never works.
I agree.
You get your head. You're like, oh, this is what I would normally do. It just never works.
When I used to have to bet like every game, that was like the challenge to bet every game every week against the spread, and I was doing bad for like 2 weeks in a row. I literally just picked the opposite team that I was thinking.
Yeah, it didn't work, right?
I didn't go 0-16.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. No.
Remember the cards? Like the cards you used to get at a bar?
Yeah.
Those were the best.
Uncle Bobby's cards?
Yeah.
What cards? What do you mean cards?
It was like a little ticket.
Yeah, the piece of paper.
And it had like the numbers on the bottom.
Yeah. Absolutely. A little course.
We should start our gambling ring like that again. Just go back like throwback.
What is that?
We used to have it. I used to have it when I was in college.
No.
So like my dad would go to like Duke's, right?
Yep.
And there'd be a guy there who would be handing out these cards. And it was just like a thin piece of paper with like every college game and the spread, and then every NFL game over and under. And you would like circle it. It was basically, it's a parlay.
Wait, so like a bookie was in the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of people didn't get paid off of those things.
I don't think, I've never saw anybody in my family ever win. Right. Probably should have stopped there.
I've seen people used to, we had a guy at, like, we used to do it with Uncle Bobby. When I was at Bryant at school, I would get the cards emailed to me. I'd print them out in the library. I'd hand them out to everybody on campus, and I had to email or mail over the cards with the cash overnight, like Friday night.
Really?
And I would get it there Saturday morning, and then we would go from there, and I would pick up a couple bucks every week for doing that.
Right.
And
so
then,
you were a bookie is what you're saying.
But that was before I was bookie. But I was sending it to another guy, like an intermediary, who happened to be a degenerate gambler. So all the stuff I'm sending, he was just taking the money and like, oh, they're going to lose.
He's trying to cover it himself.
So when people were winning, they were like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, where's my money? And I would ask him, and it would take forever to get paid because he never put anything in. So then I ran into the guy, the bookie, like a year or two later, and he's like, yeah, I thought I'd get some, I thought we were sending you stuff up at college and we never got anything back. And I was like, I send back 30 every week. What are you talking about?
They were like set wins, right? It was like, if you get 4, you win this much money, right?
And the spreads were never right.
The spreads were never right.
They were always off by a couple points.
They were always in the favor of whoever was making those tickets.
On purpose.
And then but there was also like the consolation that would make you like, oh, if you get 9 out of 10.
Yes, yeah. It was like quick draw, right?
I was just going to say, it was like the beginning of quick draw. Exactly. I don't think I have.
Those are great.
I
miss
great.
those.
Wow, you've been
then we had a guy at
for
West
a long
Gates
time.
when my son was in elementary school. When he was in kindergarten, first grade, and stuff like that. There was a guy at West Gates that used to hand them out to all the dads at the playground.
Wonder if anybody won from those things.
Somebody. I mean, but that wasn't all that guy was doing. He was definitely taking real bets also.
He was probably selling coke.
Oh my God.
Amongst other things.
He owed money to his dealer.
Definitely. Definitely.
Damn. The old days.
Good days.
It's crazy that I just made that comment that you've been gambling for a long time, and here I was in middle school playing like CeeLo and dice and stuff.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
I just realized
but that was like you were in middle school in like 2008. You know? It wasn't that long ago. Week 5.
We're back.
Season's flying.
It is.
Doesn't it feel like it's going
It
fast?
goes so fast. And it's so hard.
Now it's going to be for the next 12 weeks. It's going to be
so
flying.
hard.
Season's flying. Can you believe it's Thanksgiving?
Yep.
There's notes.
Going
Halloween,
fast.
Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's over. It's almost over.
It really is.
The playoffs.
I feel like there's a lot.
Retirement's right around the corner, and then we die. So what's the point?
I feel like there's a lot of teams that like it really is over for. Like a lot of team seasons are over.
Well, everybody always does that in the beginning of the season. They overreact to their team is 1-3, 2-2, and they're like, oh, we're out of it. And then you start seeing all the graphics. No team started 1-3 and won the Super Bowl. It's like, yeah, they suck, but you can at least make a run and make the playoffs. And then by Halloween, like the week after Halloween, everyone's just like, all right, everybody's kind of back to normal.
Yeah, you could lose a couple. Yeah, once they start doing the in the hunt graphic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
When
that's
you
it.
see a team that's 4-7 still in the hunt,
Yeah.
you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of things I was watching this weekend. They were like, if they win one more game, they got a shot of getting back in the wild card. I'm like, it's fucking week 4. What are you talking about?
People are nuts.
It's crazy. It's like people just overanalyze the shit out of anything.
It's great.
How about the Toy Story game?
Little glitchy in the beginning.
A little.
Little glitchy in the beginning, but
By
when it
little,
worked,
a
it
lot.
worked.
Yeah, it was expected. I assumed that was going to happen multiple times.
It had to be like my son right away. Like they did the countdown and everything. I was gonna put the video out when they counted down from 10 and stuff. Super excited, but then they just went back to the talking for a while
Yeah.
the game was going on, and then my son was like, "This is kind of boring," but it was cool because it was all for the kids. It was teaching them offense, defense, all that stuff.
When they showed like the side-by-sides
Yes.
after the game of like
Yep.
how close it was,
Right.
I don't know if it was like delayed or whatever because I wasn't really watching it, but that was wild. Like how real it looked like. I
Yeah,
think they showed one of Trevor Lawrence's touchdowns. It
His
was
run,
like,
right, or something like that. Oh yeah, the touchdown to Ridley,
Yeah.
right?
Looked awesome.
It was pretty cool. The one thing that you knew was you heard them hike the ball a couple seconds before it was going. But I thought it was
Fun.
super interesting. Yeah.
If it was like a better game, like I don't think I want to watch a Chiefs Dolphins game in Disney form.
Right.
I want to watch.
Yeah, no, that was why I thought it was a perfect game to watch.
But it was
Yeah.
good for Jacksonville, Atlanta.
Definitely.
You're saying they're not good?
I'm saying right now, I'm not sure. Come Halloween, they're going to be in the hunt.
Good on. What other Disney movie or whatever? What other movie would you want to see them do that for?
A Marvel movie.
No, like a Tim Burton.
Oh,
Yeah, like Nightmare Before
maybe for
Christmas.
Halloween.
Like, how that's like that distinct animation style, Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline, something like that.
Yeah, Coraline. Yeah.
Yeah, something. He's
Is
got like
that
that
all still
animation
Disney
style.
too?
No, but it's like that animation style. Toy Story or Pixar is kind of, without a doubt, the best.
Yeah.
I want to see him do with like Home Alone characters.
See,
You know?
but that's super
But
tough
that's not
though.
a cartoon.
Yeah, but they could
gotta
do
go-
anything now.
Yeah, but animated is what's going to grab the kids to see the animated guys playing.
Fuck the kids.
And then when the dude's running and the flames are coming out of his shoes,
Yeah, that's
it's fucking
cool.
awesome.
Flames
He's
coming
burning
out of
up the
shoes.
carpet.
Marvel would be a good idea.
Marvel would be
Yeah,
fun.
there's a lot of characters.
There's
And
so
what, make them
many.
all superheroes?
They already are all superheroes. What do you mean?
The football players superheroes.
Oh yeah, they would be superheroes.
So
It's
you'd have,
obviously
like-
all made up.
So who would your quarterback be if you could pick any superhero to be your quarterback?
Thor.
No, Captain America.
Superman.
Thor cannot be
Thor
your no,
versus
see,
Captain America. Why?
As
Thor is
quarterback?
Thor
'cause
is
he's not a great leader.
100% a running
Fine,
back.
he's not a running
He's
back.
absolutely a
he's a defensive
tailback.
end.
running back.
He's a tailback.
He's a defensive end.
Thor is either a running back or a linebacker.
Running back, he's massive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
exactly.
No.
Yes.
Are
You're
we
wrong.
watching the same football games? All the running backs are like 5 foot.
They are kind of small nowadays.
Back when I was making picks on the cards, though, the running
Yeah.
backs are big.
That is
You know?
I used to do this
No,
with
you
the
need
trading
Rocket.
cards, with Marvel
Rocket
trading
has
cards.
to be the running back. He's small and he can fit in the holes.
All right, to this week's results. First place, Trip and Kurt.
Congrats.
Not the
boys.
best first place, but I'm happy with it.
Does it feel good? Did you feel good this weekend?
I mean,
You felt-
I feel like I should have been 4-1.
Okay.
With the 2 games that I lost, I feel like I should have been 4-1.
All right.
Mahomes sliding. Ugh.
You had so many missed points in that game. It wasn't just
Yeah.
that slide. That
I mean,
fucked
they
you.
should have murdered them, but it didn't go
But
that
you
way.
had the Jets miss a field goal at the end of the half.
Yeah.
And they botched the possession after that at the end of the half to get it back. You had the Chiefs not, get down there and not score. Like things like that. I think there was 4 opportunities to score and they didn't.
The fact of the matter is, he could have walked it in. It would have been
need to
2-score game. It would have been over.
But that's not the play. It's the smart place to take the slide. I'm
Yeah, he
talking
did the
about
right thing.
Sure.
all
As the
the
best
other.
quarterback in the league, he did the right thing.
Sure. Prevents people from getting hurt. I guess that's all he did, right?
No, you can't lose the game if you have the ball.
I understand that, but He could have just walked it in.
Yeah, they were still up 2 possessions if he walked it in.
Right, but then the other team can score, onside
ball
kick,
back.
score.
Okay,
You
but
cannot lose the
What if
game.
they-
if you have
No
the ball.
offense to the Jets. I obviously am a Jets fan, but they were playing the Jets.
But it doesn't matter.
He could have walked it in. He bet
All
on the
right,
Jets.
so you're talking about
He bet on the
100%
Jets.
versus 99%.
She's on with the script situation. He
He
didn't bet on
fucking
the Jets.
bet on the Jets.
They can't bet on football.
Yeah,
I
several
know
people have been
that,
suspended.
obviously.
And if that is
Being
happening,
funny.
it's going to be a huge problem.
He'll be suspended for 2 years. Is
gonna
that
be a
not the
huge
new
problem.
rule?
So that one, and the fact that the Raiders didn't have Garoppolo, and the guy fumbled the ball twice, threw it away.
Twice?
Yeah, he fumbled twice in a row, and they scored off of it. Still had a last-minute shot.
He had 2 other fumbles that they recovered.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And he's hideous.
And they still only lost. I didn't see him personally.
Oh.
But they still only lost by 7, 1 point away. So I feel like I should have been 4-1, but I'm happy with the win.
The opposite of. So which one do you feel like you should have won more? The Chiefs game
I mean,
or
the Chiefs game, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
You were talking about the Raiders game before. As soon as Jimmy was out.
Yeah.
You were like, fuck my
I kind of gave that one up right away. But you never know what could happen.
quarterback-
Chargers always love giving it away,
Was the opposite of Jimmy G.
pretty much.
Physically.
Even though they said he lit it up in preseason.
A lot of emotion in that Jet game, huh?
Yeah, there was a lot
a roller
going on. That
coaster
was
there.
real Hollywood.
A lot of celebs in the building,
Yeah.
including
Yeah.
Kitty
Including,
Cat Caffarelli over
Kitty
here.
Cash over here going for a 0-5 streak.
All right, this is what
You
I have
got
to
to
say.
witness 0-5
All right,
in person. It's
In
amazing.
person.
Listen to
Oh.
me.
It
I
doesn't
would, but
do a
at that
punishment.
point, while I was there and I already was 0-4, I was taking that L if they could pull off that win. Fine, I was fine with it. I have to say only one thing about my 0-5 is if I looked back on it right now, I'd pick all the same picks again. Because on a normal fucking weekend, at least 3 out of 5 of those hit.
Usually.
I mean, no.
I used to say the same thing when I went 1-5 on my circle tickets.
I'm saying right now that I mean, Cincy they're horrendous. Your Finns
I told you since it was
killed my
horrendous
whole
preseason.
heart. Terrible. And then hibernation. The Bears decided to show up out of nowhere.
What a smart bet the Bears were.
Shut up. Let's not forget that we all had similar picks. I just happened to have the shittier picks that you guys all picked because you all lost as well.
I feel
I
like
lost
The
2.
same-
You only
the
lost
same-
2.
the same
You did
pick.
lose 3 more than me.
I
You
feel
made
like
history in First Down Dogs, and you were the first person to go 0-5, which is awesome.
we should name something after her. Like some sort
Now
of
I'm
like
not
a
worried
trophy.
about going 0-5.
I am, because you guys will hold me to the bet we have.
Oh, we're definitely doing
Yeah,
it.
without a doubt. There's
you
only
want to-
one person that's exempt from that bet because
The only person
Because
people
I'm
want
a
to see in
female
their
and
underwear.
people will be like,
She's only
why are
exempt
they
once.
making her shoes?
Yeah.
She's
no,
only
because
exempt
all you have
once.
to do is follow her Instagram and you could just see all of that anyway.
Okay, that's why I'm private. And bikini pictures are fine.
All right, next time you come in a bikini.
I'm wearing a bikini.
Yeah, but I can't see that on the Amalfi Coast because I'm not over there all the time. If I'm sitting in this dirty ass room
All
doing
the time?
well, she's always
If I'm listen, if I'm rolling the dice and I'm gambling, you ain't ever going to the Amalfi Coast.
We'll see.
I mean, we'll
We're
see.
having a big year.
We're getting a lot of views on that one post. Somebody might take you over there.
Yeah, get sponsored. Get sponsored by Arizona.
What about your picks, Trip? You got any takeaways?
No, I was happy with them. I lost another over under by 0.5 point. That's 3 losses by 1.5 combined points this season. The Cardinals were covering the entire game, and then under 2 minutes happens, they give up a touchdown. I'm like, fuck, all right, that's fine. It is what it is. Going to lose that game. Wasn't happy. But then the Cardinals drive all the way down and I said, holy shit, here comes a back door. This is going to be great. Right. This makes up for it. They cover the whole game. 2 back-to-back dropped touchdown passes. Zach Ertz, and then I don't even know who the other guy was. I've never even heard of him. Zach Ertz drops a touchdown pass. Both of them in the end zone. Both of them right through the receiver's hands. It was unbelievable.
The receivers, though, these first 4 weeks have been dropping a lot
Oh, yeah.
of passes. And
That Jets game.
all teams.
The Jets?
Because they don't play preseason.
Zach, what's his name? Garrett Wilson should have had that catch. There was a tight end that should have had a catch. And then Michael Carter, it's like, fucking hit him in the chest.
Oh, yeah.
Guy runs his mouth so much, he just threw it right at his mouth. He would have called it easy. Yeah, a lot of drops.
What about your streak?
2-3.
Not as bad as I thought it was.
Whoa, what do you mean?
I don't know. I glanced at our graphics on Sunday after about 4 o'clock to see how everybody's doing. I felt like everybody was doing bad again.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
As soon as I got out of the Lindenhust Oktoberfest and could check my scores, I was like, holy shit, I'm definitely going 0-5. I was like, hopefully that my underwear gets here by Monday.
Yeah.
You know, I almost
was
had to
nervous
overnight
for you.
it.
I
But,
feel like that keeps happening every week in our group chat, though. Kurt was like, I'm dead. You said the same thing last week.
This was the first
This
one.
week I was disgusted. I had nothing to say. I barely commented until the Jets game.
I knew I wasn't going 0-5 because I knew that the Steelers had no chance in that game.
All right. If
You
you
know?
want to rub
Yeah, I
that
love
in,
that
you can
bet.
do it all you want.
Clean up on that bet too.
What's amazing, like the fucking Steelers fans are everywhere. It drives me insane. Everybody in Patchogue is a fucking Steelers fan. And I walked in there and they're all like grilled to the TV.
Because
And
we care.
They were hanging on a little bit in the beginning. They were in it a little bit in the beginning.
Slow, horrible game.
And then they just fucking destroyed
You got to
them.
try and hold on a little bit if you're a fan.
Of course. I mean, we're not out. It's just we need a quarterback and offense. We have zero offense. Zero offense.
We just
You're
need
not
one
out.
half of the field.
We just
We
need
need the
to be
most
able. We
important
just
position.
need to train our defense how to score.
It's bad. They're like having a rough time getting first downs. It's bad.
Another one I protest is the New Orleans game.
Ugh.
Like I bet on James Winston. I didn't bet on Derek Carr. That guy
Right.
sucks.
And
You
why
know?
was he playing anyway? I thought he was ruled out a long time
I feel
ago.
like that's going to be like a big recurring thing because it happened in the Raiders game and it
Right.
happened in that game. It's like these quarterbacks. It's like, you know,
It's
I don't
tough.
want the starter. I want the fucking backup in that one.
Right. Right.
Well, it's hard to be. I don't know if like the people that actually listen to this understand that we record on Tuesday, but it's hard to make the picks. A lot changes from Tuesday to Sunday.
It is. If everybody plays, though, the lines could still be a little wrong, and that's what you're supposed to take advantage of. But I mean, when you're banking on a winner, and that guy doesn't play, it does make it rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
So for the week, we were 8-12. Oof. First losing week.
We'll be back.
We'll be back this week. Season stats
What's this
overall.
wee stuff?
Respect.
We're a team.
Respect.
Season stats 42-37-1. Trip, you're in the lead at 13-7. I'm in second, 12-8. Kurt is 10-9-1. And
I don't
Katie,
even want to hear it.
7-13.
7-13.
But it's early. In the first, 7 or 8 weeks is difficult.
Yeah, very tough.
So,
Very, very tough. I get it.
yeah.
This is where it opens up when some bye weeks start happening.
Any-
Bye weeks.
anything anybody was impressed with? Surprised?
I don't know if this falls under impressed or surprised, a little of both. And don't make remarks because I'm a Jets fan, but I was very surprised by the Jets' performance on Sunday. And Wilson specifically. And I don't know if it's simply because Aaron Rodgers was in the building.
Oh, my goodness.
No!
He was there
We-
because Taylor Swift was there.
Okay, stop. He wasn't. No, stop. I said this last week when we recorded that he was going to be there, and who knows? And I still picked the Chiefs because that's how little faith that I had in the Jets. So that's my bad. But he's there, and they show up. You have anything to say as a Jets fan?
Yeah, I don't think it was that. The offensive coordinator finally figured it out. Like, let him play a little bit.
He didn't figure it out. He just
called a different game.
called a different game. Yes.
And it worked. They let him loose a little bit. They let him move a little bit and worked,
I think the Jets, I don't think that they weren't surprising because I thought the Jets matched up really well. That's why I took the Jets. When you look at the two teams against each other, the Jets surprisingly match up well against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have no solid wide receivers.
Right.
So you can single cover every one of their wide receivers and not worry about it. So you can double up and high-low a guy like Kelsey. So you can take him out of the game.
That's all they have.
And then your front seven is very good. Chiefs have a banged-up offensive line. Like we talked about last week, they lost 2 of their offensive line starters from last year. They lost that. So now you're going to control the line of scrimmage. So you have a dominating way to beat that, to be in the game.
to be in the game.
Yeah. If your quarterback plays a little bit better, maybe you win that game.
no, if they don't spot him 17 points to start the game, they win the game.
Well,
Look, you look at it the other way. If they don't spot him 17, Kansas City should have blew him out of the water after that. They should have never even made it close.
To his point, though,
Meaning, if they're up 17-0, it should have never even been that close of a game, and you should have just got
they
blown
let
out
the
of the water.
Jets come back.
You let them come back with
Yeah.
the stupid face mask call that was not a real safety, but whatever. That's
Well, first
fine.
of all, it was both ways. Calls on both
Calls
sides.
were,
of the field.
yes, they
Refs
ended
were
up being
terrible.
both ways. 100%.
You know,
Yeah, but the Chiefs don't have that in them to put together that explosion of points. Yeah, they 17-0. They were up big 17-0. That was quick. Like you blinked your eye and it happened. But they don't have an explosive offense anymore. They don't have that guy in wide receiver. And if you double up Kelsey and your corners are good enough to cover, I'm excited to see when the Dolphins play the Chiefs, because I think the Dolphins match up equally as well. And if the Chiefs don't run the ball, because if they run the ball, they're going to run all of the Dolphins.
Right.
But if they go right to their passing game, they want to get cute, I think the Dolphins match up well, because you're going to have a very good secondary versus mediocre wide receivers at best.
They put up a ton of points the week before. What are you talking about?
That was 1 week, though. The first 2
I'm
weeks, they
talking
didn't do
about
much.
averaging out 4
Yeah,
games.
well, they also didn't have Kelsey the first week. They didn't have their star player.
True.
I think Zach Wilson played well. I'm not seeing. Well, this is the week. If this
You can't
week
go
they don't
backwards.
win this week and he doesn't play well this week, it's over.
Yes.
You know, like
I
this
think
is a
they should
chance.
bring Aaron Rodgers everywhere with them.
He's not going to be there this week.
Well,
One thing I
they're
do
away.
love for them this week, and a prop bet that I'm definitely taking, I've taken it every game so far, is Jeremy Ruckert with a touchdown this week.
Oh, I love him.
I'm
He
glad
played
you
so
brought
good
that up.
last
What a
week.
fucking catch the
Because
kid
after
made.
those 2 catches, I said, this is the week. When we went last year, we just put money on him just
Oh,
for the
yeah,
hell of it.
that's right.
Guy
Yeah.
hasn't seen a ball thrown to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome. to
So
see the catch,
I
too.
looked up his snap counts after the game because I was curious. The other night, the Chiefs game was the most snaps he's ever had. He had 42% of all offensive snaps he was on the field
wow.
for.
Nice.
Now, obviously, the Jets ran a lot of double tight end sets, 3 tight end sets against the Chiefs.
Hell of a blocker.
His blocking has improved drastically since Ohio State. Since his freshman year, someone said they came after him about his blocking. He's like, that's the one area you got to get better, kid.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the kid came in one of the best blocking tight ends in college football. Now he's a solid blocker at the NFL level. He had 2 phenomenal blocks week 1 that, unless you're looking at him, you're not going to see.
Right.
But he makes that fucking acrobatic catch on the sideline.
It's a great catch.
It was awesome. So his percentage of snaps this year, 33% week 1. Then he went down to 11%, 2% week 3.
Wow.
42%. Last year, his highest was 34%, and that was in week 17, the last game of the season.
Wow.
So I think they're gonna start to use him more. They did talk about it in the pregame and the lead up that they want to get him involved a lot more. He's the healthiest he's ever been. I think he's gonna have a good game this weekend, and I like to see him sneak one in the red zone. And I think it's like plus 2,500, plus 3,000.
That's great.
For a Rucker touchdown.
Yeah, he's always
That's a
been the
great bet.
last one on the list.
Yeah.
He's always been the
Yeah.
last one on the list for it.
So far, I'm down 40. He hits one. We're in there.
You're up.
No, he played really good.
Zach Wilson just put the ball out there for them. That's what he's got to do. He's
Yeah,
just got to
you just
get
gotta
it
take
out there.
chances.
You know?
You got to take chances. I say that not to bring up Pittsburgh again, but I say that all the time.
Yeah.
If you're not going to throw it down the field a few times and take some chances. I mean, look at Daniel Jones on the Giants. They tried in the first half. You saw him trying to throw it down the field. Wasn't there.
He's
They
gonna throw it.
collapsed. And it was garbage. It was crazy. My biggest surprise was no TDs from 6 teams this week. That's how sad football is right now.
Wow.
You got
Wow.
Pittsburgh, New England, Giants, New Orleans, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. And my biggest disappointment is Watson. This guy is $200 million. He's got a bruised shoulder, and he's not playing in the Baltimore Raven game.
It was crazy. You saw how much he meant to that team.
He is a loser. I mean, seriously. If you're not going to show up, you just won to get to what 2-1 or what? I think they got 2-1, one against Cincinnati. Could have had your second divisional win. Now you just took a loss. You're 1-2 in the division. I think it's the most disappointing thing for a shitty franchise to have that guy say I'm not playing
With a great defense.
with a great defense.
defense.
And you saw how important it was. They couldn't even get into their side of the field.
Crazy.
That tells you the guy hasn't been in the AFC North for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
he's
Roethlisberger, Flacco, even Lamar, like those guys are not missing division games. That division isn't. He doesn't belong in that division if he's going to be that soft.
I mean,
get out of that division.
You're
Big
telling me
Bengals.
that guy couldn't find somebody to give him a rub down on Saturday to get work that out for him?
I mean, maybe he was too nervous.
That is so.
He's not allowed to get girls to do it, and he doesn't want guys to do it. So he's just going out with a bruised shoulder.
In all seriousness, no, that's kind of bad leadership as a quarterback too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, play through that shit. Don't be a bitch.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
bruised shoulder. I had to
a
look it up. Bruised
team member?
shoulder.
What about you? Anything impressive for you?
No, my biggest disappointment is Ron Rivera.
Why?
He's not a good coach.
How could he not go for 2 and just end that fucking game?
Crazy decision.
They had no chance of winning after that. No chance. If like you're live betting that game, you're taking the Eagles right then and there. Like you got your foot on the throat. Defense is exhausted. I'm sure the offense was exhausted too, but you got to find it. And you got to put it in the end zone right there. Just to end
Good
that game.
comeback too.
You know,
Did you hear his excuse?
he said they were all gassed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think the defense was gassed?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
If your offense is tired, the defense is going to be more tired.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
You gotta have one play. You gotta have one play left.
That was their only shot to win that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he didn't do that, it was over.
I have impressive. I have impressive and a surprise. My impressive was C.J. Stroud. Everybody's looking at him to be like the 4th best in this draft, and was kind of wary about him. The dude's got 63% completion percentage. He's thrown for 1,200 yards, 303 per game, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Great.
100.3 QB rating. They have 0 running game because Damian Pierce is my fantasy running back on 2 teams, and he's fucking terrible. But their offensive line is hurt.
Yeah,
They've been
banged
one
up.
of the worst offensive lines in football, and it hasn't mattered.
Yeah.
So that kid is super impressive, what he's done. And my biggest surprise is the Patriots and Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, it's over.
I gave out the stats last week about how bad Mac Jones is, but I saw a thing today. 71% of all Patriot drives have ended in a punt or a turnover.
Wow.
They lead the league by far.
That's crazy.
71%. That's
The-
crazy.
Those fans are going to start to turn on Belichick too.
They're slowly starting to.
They're going to start to say, it's
Telling
time
you.
to retire. You know, maybe he's been a little bit too long in there.
If he
They're
was in
gonna
New
start
York,
happening.
it would have happened already.
They're going against Belichick, the GM, is what they're killing.
Yeah.
Because like,
I think
get
it's
us
more
some
of a GM
fucking
fault.
talent. Yeah.
That's what I think.
But he's the GM.
yeah, but then
yeah,
He's
but
the
I
quarterback, too.
think Belichick controls everything
Right.
that happens there.
Understandable.
Safety.
What is that?
And that's what a good owner does. When you have a great
running back
football
and
guy, you
quarterback.
just hand the keys to him and say, take it over. But this guy thinks he's so much smarter than everybody else. Like, you don't think you need a stud wide receiver? You think you can do it with a game manager like Mac Jones?
Well, that's the big question. Are they not? I think we brought this up on the first episode. Are they not spending money on purpose,
Yeah.
or are they just not spending money?
I don't know.
That's the problem, because you need somebody.
They have no star. They have no studs.
Yeah,
they have no
nothing.
stars.
Nothing.
But it's so surprising and out of character, I feel like, for Belichick. Like, he usually
'Cause we've never
goes
seen it.
and gets people.
This girl left him. He doesn't know what to do. He's heartbroken. First, Brady
He's going
left
to come
him.
out with a breakup album soon, I guess.
Now his girl left him, and what's next? You know, I think my most impressed also is the 49ers still.
They are for real.
Brock Purdy has not lost a game.
He's
Not lost a game.
wait, like ever?
Ever.
He's never lost the game.
Hasn't lost a game.
Oh my god.
He had one
Well, they lost in
incompletion.
the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's the one he went down in. Oh no, he didn't even start that game, right?
He had one incompletion this weekend.
Wow.
He's very good.
That stat also Josh Allen had more touchdowns than incompletions.
Yes.
Wow.
4 incompletions. He matched it. I
Well,
saw that.
5 because he ran for one too.
Oh, 4 throwing.
So how do you do that one week, and then the next week you're going to be 18 for 42?
I don't know. The Niners and the Cowboys.
Because you need a running game to complement. When the Dolphins can't stop the fucking run, or the Dolphins decide to have Kohu cover fucking Stephon Diggs, who's been killing us since he got to Buffalo.
Yes.
I don't understand that matchup. I'll never understand it. I don't know what Vic Fangio is doing. But, like,
They should put Tyreek
they're
on.
so
Diggs.
good.
And did you watch the whole them jerking, the two coaches jerking each other off before that
Oh,
game?
yeah.
I mean, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It was
Just
corny.
Oh my goodness, he's great.
Maybe Buffalo came back. Maybe it was the Hamlin effect.
Oh, God.
Oh, also the Monday Night Football thing
Why
lives
is it, oh
on.
God?
Oh yeah,
Jamal Adams died last night. He's
away.
dead.
He was yelling at the.
Yeah.
He was yelling at him though.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
Maybe he really lost his mind.
Nothing like coming back
Fucking
after a
scalp.
year off and then
Yeah.
first game.
First
that
game.
sucks.
That's terrible.
Dude, that's
Concussion.
awful.
Yeah, the Cowboys and the 49ers, though, and the NFL couldn't have scripted that better.
That's great game. We agree. But I don't think that's not fair.
I still don't think the Cowboys are as good as they're pretending to be.
Their defense is.
Defense,
But
is
the
pretty
Niners,
sweet.
everybody's jumping on the Niners as the best team in football. And listen, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. I think they are one of the best teams. They haven't played anybody this year. They're 4-0 against 4 very bad football teams.
We'll see what
they're
happens this
beating them
weekend.
though. They're
Like,
beating
Yeah, they are
them.
beating them.
Beating them.
But they played the Rams. They played the Steelers.
Rams
They
aren't
played the Giants, and they played the Cardinals.
But they're beating them.
They're beating them bad. It's not like the Eagles. The Eagles are 4-0, and they've nearly lost a couple of them.
They're controlling the ball. They're getting up early, and then they're doing what you should do when you get up early, which is Mike Shanahan has now learned. You keep the foot on the gas and you drive, and that's what they've been doing. And teams like the 4 teams I just named cannot come from behind on anybody. They don't have the offense to do it. This week is going to be a very good test.
Yeah.
It should be a great game. But I wouldn't say that they're not playing to their potential, though. I think they're playing very good football, and they have weapons.
Pick that one. Yeah.
There's games that they don't use Debo at all, and then there's games that they don't even need Ayuk at all.
Yeah.
They have these weapons, kind of like Dallas, but Dak Prescott is very disappointing.
Yes,
he is so unclutch. It's ridiculous.
He's
Their
just managing the
defense is
game
keeping
right now.
them amazing.
And Pollard's not having
amazing,
a great year either.
but good.
who's that?
Pollard's not having a great year. No. Like he's not blowing it out of the water by any means.
McCaffrey is definitely getting hurt this week.
Oh,
Offensive
early or
MVP.
late? When is he getting hurt?
4 touchdowns last week. He's definitely blowing out a knee this weekend.
Don't put that on this man.
This girl's gonna be knocking wood all game.
Don't you remember when it was A-Rod was going to go to Boston? I think there was a Westbrook trade early in his career, and like the league vetoed it, and they're like, no, you're not doing that. You can't. Like the leagues came out and vetoed trades. I feel like when McCaffrey was going to go to San Francisco, the whole league would be like, no, unfair. No, you're not doing it. We're not putting him in that scheme with those weapons. It's just not fair, because that is what you're seeing with them. Like
What
Mike
did Carolina
Shanahan.
get for
Good.
them? Anything?
What's that?
What did
Pick.
Carolina? What?
Just a pick.
Just a pick.
Yeah.
Like a first-round pick?
Yeah, because he was always hurt. They were rebuilding.
And that's the other thing. Sure, he got 4 touchdowns and they used him a lot, but Carolina was running him to the ground. They're at least, last game they used him a little bit much, but they don't have to.
No.
They don't have to, which is great.
They're good.
They are good. I think they're very good.
First down, dogs.
All right, week 5.
Woo!
Dun, 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 dun.
What is it again? The last place person goes first?
Last
I
place
go
person
first.
goes first. Who
All
was
right.
last?
Shut up, Kurt.
Let me get my X-ray
Person who
vision
has-
goggles on.
You were last 2 weeks in a row, so shut your mouth.
Wasn't 0-5.
Oh my God.
1-4.
My boy Anthony Torres answered back with Katie Cashless.
I saw that. By the way,
Amazing.
I see everything, motherfuckers.
I was looking at the demographics of our audience. A lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. It's a lot.
I don't know
dudes.
how to change that, but I would like to.
I have no idea.
I mean, Avi, though. What do you?
I don't
what do
know.
you
I like the
mean?
female sports fan. I'm interested in that. How
Some
do
of
I
my
appeal
friends
more to
follow
them?
us. My girlfriends.
Yeah, but they're not sports people.
Are they married?
They're not trip people.
Are they going to be at Salt and Barrel this weekend?
Seriously, Katie, how do we get women to listen to the show?
Not talk about this shit.
They don't really like football. That's the problem, right?
Some of my friends do, yeah, of course. Can I say that one of my friends who's not into sports, but her fiance is, and I am obviously, so we make her watch football. She bets every week on mascots. So she's like, I bet all the birds this week.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness
And then
gracious.
wait, so we're
Is
talking
that
about
extra
it.
money?
I'm like, oh, you bet the Eagles? She's like, no, like the bird mascots. I was like, oh, I got it now. And she's like, I did the cats last week. She hits though. Whatever she picks winds up working out for her.
That's a segment.
It's so annoying.
Is an
That's a
eagle
segment.
eagle's not a bird?
Eagles definitely a bird.
Yeah, but I meant they call the Eagles the birds. So when she said it to me, she was like, oh, I bet the birds. And I was like, oh, you bet the Eagles? Like, what'd you bet?
No, she bet all the birds.
Oh.
She bet the bird mascots,
gotcha.
like
Cardinals.
the Ravens,
But did that include the
the
Eagles?
Eagles. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, technically, the Ravens aren't a raven.
It's a marsupial.
No. Like, they're not the Baltimore Ravens like the bird. They're the Baltimore Ravens after Edgar Allan Poe's Raven.
Okay, then why is their
stop it.
mascot
Still a
a
bird, though.
fucking raven?
That's their mascot.
Oh,
Why is
cool.
Wait, you're
why is
telling
the
me
Mets
that-
mascot a baseball?
You're telling me they're named after a poem?
Correct.
They're not. Then why do they have a bird on their helmet?
Because that's the name of the poem.
Is the Raven.
I feel the same
Edgar
way.
Allan Poe was from Baltimore.
There's going to be more segments.
Should we talk
Look it up.
about weird shit though, like the Mets are the Metropolitans and the Knicks
Edgar
are the
Allan Poe's from
Knickerbockers after some
Baltimore?
pants?
Yes.
I thought he was British.
No.
The New York Pants.
New York Pants. Let's start calling them that.
All right, cut this out too. All right, you got to make a pick.
Say week. Okay.
Week 5, make a pick. Is that what you want to say?
Sure.
Hit it.
I'm going against the Tennessee Hitlers.
Oof.
Don't say oof, because they're gonna let their fan base down this week, and they're gonna be Madoffs like I fucking said they were. They're up and down.
God, that's so aggressive.
I'm feeling feisty after last week, so I'm taking Indy at home -1.5 versus Tennessee. I really like Richardson. I freaking do. I believe in him over Tennessee. I know they lost overtime, right, this week, but they're more consistent. He's more consistent than Tennessee Titans, and they're at home. I feel like they win by 1.5.
I don't want to hear you bitch later in the week.
He keeps getting rookie.
This game's already a pick, so don't bitch later in the week that it's 1.5. But I'm going Indianapolis as well.
Oh, I like it.
I'm going Indianapolis as well. I don't like Tennessee. I don't think they win 2 in a row. I think they are still terrible on offense. Richardson is the difference. He's either going to get these guys to win. I know Indianapolis' defense is terrible, but I'm banking on Tennessee's offense to still be that bad. I like Richardson. I think he's going to give them a victory this week. They're at home, taking the -1.5 as well.
He set another rookie record list.
I don't care about records. I just want him to win.
I'm with it.
All right.
Tennessee.
I knew it.
Fuck you.
Good.
Tennessee. Give me a 1.5. Divisional game. I'm taking Mike Vrabel. Boys showed up. They won by any means necessary. Derrick Henry is twice the quarterback Daniel Jones is. Guy's awesome. He was rounding out into form last week already. He's got a couple weeks left in him. I love the Titans in this spot.
Indianapolis, 72%, third in the NFL in red zone scoring.
I love that you're sticking with the stats.
Trying.
I love it.
Tennessee.
It worked for you last week. I'm
I don't
totally
like
with
Hitler
it.
either.
I hate Tennessee.
Yeah, I agree.
Almost wiped out a whole race.
Yeah, I mean, they named ovens after him.
Oh my God, cut that out too.
The guy set goals and
All right, the
if anything,
Texans
he was
are going to the Falcons. Falcons are -1.5. Desmond Ridder is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. CJ Stroud has been on fire, as we were talking about before. All of the early money is on the Houston Texans in this game. All of it, almost 80%.
Wow.
No team wants to run the ball more than the Falcons, and the Texans can't stop the run. I'm taking the Falcons -1.5 in this game.
Little turnaround game.
I'm next, so I'm jumping in, but it's my pick anyway. I'm going against that.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Houston and CJ. You got me a believer to believe. And now you're going against him? I'm
That's what I
taking
do.
Houston +1.5.
That is what he does.
That's what I do.
I don't know if you know that.
Remember how much I love Baker Mayfield? And then
Yeah,
the next day I called him
CJ
fucking Hitler?
CJ didn't do anything to fuck it up like Baker Mayfield.
Sometimes you don't have to do anything to mess it up. It's just a feel thing.
He's feisty. He likes you 1 second, doesn't that?
This is so strong.
Houston +1.5.
I'm gonna jump on that game as well.
Wow.
I'm
This is my
scared.
favorite game of the week. I love the Falcons in this spot. I'm taking Atlanta -1.5. This was the one. I always look down the lines, and the first thing I do is, does anything jump at me to the point of like, hey, for one reason or another, why does it jump out? The fact that Houston is a favorite to anybody after what they've shown, they're so up and down. Desmond
They're
Ridder-
not.
Well, they're not.
favorite.
Atlanta's the favorite.
Atlanta's the
Atlanta's
favorite.
1.5.
Atlanta's a favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you said
Taking
Says
Atlanta.
Houston.
I know you said the fact that Houston is a favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, my mistake. Then no, Atlanta's a favorite. And they should not be the favorite.
Right.
The fact that they're giving points to anybody is crazy. So I looked at that and I said, why are they like that? Makes no sense to me. Everybody's going to bet the Texans.
Everybody is betting.
Everybody is betting the Texans. I fucking love that. It made no sense, the line whatsoever. I looked at it. My immediate thought was, oh my God, Houston's such an easy pick. And I said, why is it such an easy pick?
Because Vegas is doing it on purpose.
Something's up. I want the Falcons -1.5.
It's so good that you could swing that way.
You gotta.
I know. It's just
'Cause
tough
they're
for me to
fucking
do
with
that
you.
when I
They're
have a
fucking with your
strong
head.
feeling. They are. They're fucking with your head. You see that spread. I'm gullible. I go for that hard.
Houston also hasn't beaten anybody good.
True. I mean, that was a
But
dig at the
Atlanta
Steelers, but I
isn't
get it.
good.
I know.
It just got crushed.
Yeah, so they're back. They're back from foggy London town.
It is a game that Atlanta should win.
See what happens.
Absolutely.
Who goes?
I got to go because everybody's got 2, right?
No.
We
I only
do.
got one.
You don't?
I got one.
All right, go.
All right. The Carolina Panthers are going to Detroit to play the Lions. Another line I looked at and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. How are the Lions only 8.5-point favorites? Huge disparity between these two teams. Like, the Lions have to be double-digit favorites in this game.
Bryce Young sucks.
The Panthers are terrible. They're not going to remain competitive with the Lions.
I'm sorry. I couldn't pull my eyes away from it.
Aiden Hutchinson is going to be in the backfield all day. The Lions love to run the ball. Carolina, another team that can't stop the run. Lions minus 8.5. Lions minus 8.5 is my official bet, but my unofficial bet is that the Panthers get a backdoor cover in the last 2 minutes. And
I really like that, and that's why I love the Lions. I love what they're doing, but I could not take it because you just don't freaking know what's going to happen from Carolina.
No, I think Bryce Young is definitely the worst quarterback that's out there.
You have hated him since day one, so at least you're consistent.
That's true. My second pick is this is a complete old school. They are due, and
Steelers?
this is the feel. No, I'm not touching that Steeler game.
That's a hard game.
They're due, and it's do or die. And if they don't win this game, and if they don't murder this team,
Oh God, you're
they will
scaring
not
me.
make the playoffs. Cincinnati Bengals
I wanted
-3.
to fucking take this so bad.
You could take it if you want.
I don't know.
I
It's
can't.
scary. That's a scary
Cincinnati
one.
get Bengals -3 in Arizona. They have to.
They have to.
Chase has to get a couple TDs.
Dude, he can't throw the ball more than 10 yards with that injury.
He's throwing it.
I wanted to take Arizona.
Either
here,
he's
but
throwing
you
it
know.
or the backup's coming in and throwing it. They have to win this game to have any shot in the AFC North.
I don't think they do.
Then they lose, and I'll take that
it's
loss,
over.
and I won't bet on the Bengals again. But this is the game that they have to win.
Did you
I
see
agree
that?
with you.
Kitchen sink game.
The spread
Kitchen sinking.
It opened at 8.
know.
Like the look ahead line was 8.
Did it really?
That's what it opened up. Preseason.
Oh, okay.
It was 8.
I
Now
see
it's
him
down
the
to
week
5.
before, but
You'd be like, all right, it's down to 5. Right, so someone's quarterback is hurt, or someone like,
Right.
He's not out. He's still playing.
dude, they are last
He's out.
in
Wait,
all
is it?
offensive
They're not good.
situations.
They're not a great team,
But they have the same players.
The only way they win is if Mixon runs for like 200 yards. It's the only way.
Change the game plan up. I believe in the coach. I think the coach is a smart guy. He's been in under pressure situations. They know that they have to win this game, and I don't think they'll beat them by 1.
I mean, they
I
had
think they'll
to,
take care
to
of
win
them.
a lot of the games, though. Like,
But they've
what do we? I'm a fan of Cincinnati.
They've also dealt with 2 division games right away. So right away, those games are going to be by 3. You know what I mean? In luck of the draw, that they're going to be by 3. They won the game that they had to win, ugly, against the Rams. This game, they have to win. They have to win this game.
They do. I agree with you that they do. But what is the issue? Like, is Burrow the sole issue here?
Burrows is the sole issue.
Burrows.
By the way, I told JK I am not Miss Burrow anymore. I might trade to be Miss Allen. But
Oh my gosh, you bet on the Dolphins last week, didn't you? How do you do
well,
that?
because you would think as they were going through the first 3 weeks that they should have beat Buffalo because Buffalo was a little bit inconsistent. However,
Also,
but again, I'm also not sold on Buffalo. It could have been the Hamlin effect. We don't know.
it hasn't panned out well for Miss Allen in the past. Just so you know,
Is there a Miss
As
Allen?
girlfriend.
it kind of cost them a trip to the Super Bowl.
I want to be Ms. Swift.
Damn, who should? Ooh, Purdy. Miss Purdy? I'll take Purdy. He's still
She
hot.
is not
Wow,
attractive.
what are you doing right now? You just said you fucking
You can't be a quarterback.
jumping
whore.
around.
I'm taking this team because I want to fuck their quarterback.
I just want to win. I just want to win like the quarterback.
Used to be Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jeez. Never Tom Brady.
Back to the Bengals. Whoever took the Bengals under team total for the year, locked.
Bingo,
11
baby.
and a half. The live line is now down to 9.5.
I saw it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
their bet to miss the playoffs is like the heaviest prop bet right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
We'll revisit that on Halloween.
When you're Miss Burrows again,
Halloween actually is a Tuesday, so we will be discussing it on
hot
that show.
suits.
all right, who goes? Where are we?
Do
I got 2. I think
Everyone
that's
has to?
Everybody
I go?
has 2, yeah.
Okay. I have New York Giants at Miami.
Oh my God, you touching this game?
Under. Simply because they're due for
For an under?
freaking under.
1-3.
Under 49.5. Simply because they're due. That's all I'm going with.
Dolphins can't stop the run.
And and you just don't know what you're getting from the Giants. The Giants are really bad one week, and then they come out of nowhere
they're just
another,
bad.
and then they're bad.
Then they're worse.
And then they're worse.
But I
they're-
mean, Miami shocked the shit out of me last week, so who freaking knows? I'm going with what's due, and I'm going with under 49.5.
Is Barkley going to play in this game?
I think he's
Possibly.
got to
He
play
wants
in
to
this
play.
game, so I am taking the Giants at plus 10.5. I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking the points. They were embarrassed at home against Seattle.
Embarrassed.
Sure, Miami should absolutely beat them. I think that I think that they'll keep it close, backdoor, whatever they got to do. I mean, they like it back there, but
Aqua.
I don't know. Listen, they didn't look good on Monday night at all. I do see the chances that they're taking, and I really hope the New York fans don't get against this coach because I think this coach can coach, and that's what New York fans do. They go right for the head coach. I want to see what this guy does. Before last week, they were 7-0, 7-1 after losing, and that's how they played their entire season last year. So now they just lost 2 in a row. They got to win this game.
A lot of my friends that are Giants fans are going for their quarterback.
And I'm not even asking
Danny
them to win this game.
Dimes
I'm just
got
asking
it
them to
out.
keep it close. I'm just asking them to keep it close.
I got a text message this morning from a friend saying, I woke up this morning wishing Zach Wilson was my quarterback. I don't know what is happening.
Imagine.
I'm like, one, don't wish that.
Everybody in the entire world, and it's because we live
The
in New York
Giants are
again
rough, though.
and listen to the fan and all this garbage. Every single person was putting Zach Wilson down, and then all I heard the last 2 days on the radio, he's not that bad. I
hate that.
He could do. It's garbage.
I
It's
hate
all
that.
garbage. The guy has to prove himself in the next 3-4 games and do something.
I agree with you. As a Jets fan, I agree with you. Don't go up and down.
Wish
Let's
Zach
see what
Wilson
happens.
was my quarterback.
The Giants haven't scored a touchdown in the first half yet this season.
What happened with your crazy stat about Pittsburgh?
Don't worry about it. They're
Did
still
they-
struggling.
They still
got
don't have a first down in the first quarter?
They got a first down. They just don't have any
Just
points.
one? How many?
No offensive points.
The Giants have gotten 0 turnovers in their favor this season.
Really?
Yep.
It's the quarterback.
Daniel Jones in prime time. 1-13 straight up.
Holy shit.
He's like 0-10 against the spread.
He's the new Kirk Cousins.
They're awful. They're
Kirk Cousins.
really,
Kirk Cousins.
really bad football team.
Yeah, they suck.
I think he needs to take a pay cut, and they have to get a wide receiver.
100% they have to do that.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen.
But the thing too is like,
Yeah, they
why
need a
are they
weapon.
not throwing the ball to Darren Waller?
I have no idea.
Only move you made, and they don't even throw the ball to him.
Guy's 9'9".
Killed
And
my
he's
parlay
good.
last night. Also,
Yes, I could see that. I had a 2 touchdown Darren Waller.
you hit that one parlay last
I
night,
did
though,
hit
right?
the one, yeah.
So I had almost the same one, but then Waller over 50 yards.
Why don't they use him for everything? He's the best on their offense, no? As far as a weapon?
Again, just like anybody else, use him until he breaks.
Yeah.
You bought
Break him.
You bought him. Use him till he breaks.
But again, they
weird.
do match up well against the Dolphins. So like the Jets Chiefs game, like I almost wanted to take the Giants, but I was staying away from the Dolphin game again this week.
Please do.
Take the over.
The Giants match up well. Like
Take the under.
they can't block anybody, and the Dolphins can't get near the quarterback. So the guy's going to have time. The Dolphins have been historically terrible against running quarterbacks. So the quarterback's going to take his over rushing prop. If it's 30 to 35, take it over without a doubt. I was like, that's going to be a rough game. I think if the Dolphins play the way they're supposed to play, they could win, but the matchup scares me as far as like it's going to be a tight game, I think, because the Giants should
Lots
just
of
never
points?
throw the ball.
Lots of points are little
I think it's
points.
going to be a little points because I think it's going to be a lot of running the ball.
I love when you agree with my picks. I don't know why, but it just makes me feel
But I'm
good.
not taking them. I'm not putting my money.
I know, that's fine.
I hope
I
Barkley
wouldn't.
plays.
That's
If
why I said
Barkley
that.
plays, it's a different game.
I hope Barkley plays. That's what I'm banking on with this bet.
If Barkley's playing, I'm jumping on the Giants.
All right. The Ravens are going to Pittsburgh.
Oh my God, you're touching that game.
Steelers are +4
That's
at
really
home
scary.
They
against
are.
the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Teams always play each other tough. I think in the last like 15 times they've played, like 13 times it's been under 4 points.
The last 3 games, I think, have been the winner got 16.
Yeah.
16 to 10, 16 to 9.
You're going for the under? What'd you say?
Trubisky's playing.
I think so.
No more Kenny Pickett for a while. For now.
For now.
For now. But
They're not
Trubisky's an
starting
improvement.
him?
He got hurt.
He's an improvement.
I was
At this
really-
point in his career, he's an improvement.
I mean, you're looking for me to like fully agree with you, and I don't want to because he's my rookie quarterback. So that's fine. That's fine.
Here's my
He'll
stat.
get it together, though. Pickett will get it together.
Tomlin in his career, 13-2 after a 20-point loss.
Oof. Good stat.
I'm taking the Steelers +4.
Love it.
It's a good stat.
It's good points.
I'm taking the under.
38.5.
38.5.
So low.
The
It
teams,
is
they
really
always go
low.
under. The Ravens have gone under in 14 of the last 19.
Yep.
I think the Steelers rebound. I think they play tough. I don't think they're good, but I think it's going to be one of those your stereotypical
Defense.
AFC North sloppy, close games. When I say sloppy, I mean like not offensive firepower. I'm just going to go with the under.
Nice.
It's a good bet.
Doesn't it always feel like, I always feel like the Ravens are just bad guys. You know, maybe it's just,
I mean, I always.
The Ray Lewis
yeah,
effect?
Ever since Ray Lewis was here.
yeah, but
Since the murderer was running the
they've had
defense.
multiple bad guys. They've also had Ray Rice on their team.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
You know?
All right, the guy had one issue. One time we're gonna
It was
chastise-
Very,
chastise-
very
It was
public.
Pretty
bad
bad
issue.
issue.
He beat the shit out of
He
his
had a
girlfriend.
disagreement with her in a hotel.
It was almost like a Kareem
disagreement.
Hunt issue if he had his own bodyguard.
I don't know. It's just, they just feel like bad guys.
So
know?
you tell me
I
you
agree.
can't
They are.
like knock out a woman and drag her by her hair anymore?
Not anymore.
Anymore.
Well, 1942.
I saw the Flintstones. You used to do it all the time.
You also can't put a whole entire race in an oven anymore either. You know?
I don't think you ever could do that.
So you gotta do the other thing.
You could though.
Oh my goodness.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
I'm not cutting anything from the middle out. It's too hard to find.
All right, I
Be
got the
careful
Steelers
what you
+4.
say.
That's my third pick.
He's got the Steelers +4. You got the under. You all got 3? Mm-hmm. And I have 3. So we're back to Katie.
Nice.
Wait, do I have only 3? Oh, no, I have 4. It's my
You have
last
4?
one.
Oh, wait. Don't make it yet.
And you don't go. I gotta
And you
go
don't
again.
go.
Wait, wait,
Okay.
right?
You sure? I mean, I know I only got 3.
I'm just kidding. I only have 3.
All right.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself. We talked about this game earlier. Not sure if it's getting cut out or not, but we did talk about this earlier. Dallas at San Francisco. San Francisco is -3.5 at home. I'm just going with San Francisco -3.5. I think this is the game.
Watch the hook.
I think this is the game, if anything, that the Niners prove themselves as the real deal versus Dallas. I don't think Dallas is the real deal yet. We'll see. But I'm taking San Fran at home -3.5. The Dallas comes crashing back down to earth.
Sunday night. I love the Sunday night football games. Nobody else is jumping in?
Dallas.
You going Dallas?
Yeah.
Of
Dallas
course
plus
you are.
plus 3.5. Like Mark May used to say, show me.
You think they're
49
gonna
is the
win?
best team in the league. Show me. Prove it. You haven't beat anybody yet. I think Dallas defense is good. I don't like Dak at all, but I think they keep it nice and close.
I was going to say.
I loved your comment. Watch the hook because I think it's gonna be that kind of game. I think it'd be that close, and I love. Give me 3.5. If it was 3, I probably wouldn't touch it. I love the 3.5.
Right. I love the
I'm
statement.
sure it'll be -2.5, I'm sure, by Sunday.
I love the statement of show me. I just don't have faith in Dak. That's my problem with this game. So I am taking the under. First and third in defense. I'm going under. It's going to be hard to root for on a Sunday night. Rooting for nobody to score. I can't stand it.
Primetime unders.
But I'm going under 45. The matchup between these two are 19, 19, and 1.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
It's an all-time classic game.
That
All-time
can't
classic
be.
game.
It's going to be
America.
It better be the
You know,
good
the
game
gays
that we
versus the
want.
Cowboys.
Montana versus the Spur shoes.
Is the San Francisco gay thing still a thing? I think everywhere's
I mean,
just
I
gay
think
now,
everybody's gay.
right?
No, I think it still is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's like a murder.
Yeah, it's like criminals.
You
Yeah.
think San Francisco is more gay than anybody else?
It used to be.
I know it used to be.
I don't think it is anymore.
No, I don't believe that either.
I
think-
feel like friends of mine that have recently gone there say that and the homeless. The homeless is very
Just
bad.
poop on the street.
I was going to say a lot of poop on the street, I heard.
Have you anybody ever been there before?
No, I know a kid who lives there.
Loved it. I was
Really?
there. Not for the gay thing, but more for just like the atmosphere and the food.
The hills?
Disclaimer.
What about the hills?
Yeah. A lot
The
of
streets
hills.
are like up and down, right?
Yeah.
That's,
Good
I
calf
just want to
workout.
go see where the Full House is.
Soar it. Soar it.
Of course.
Is it-
Took a
You
picture
have
outside the Painted Ladies, whatever it's called. I don't know. Bob Saget. R.I.P.
Hey, he's dead, man. Too soon.
Great director.
Great director.
He directed Dirty Work.
All right, who goes? I got to go again? Fourth? What am I, my fourth pick?
Yes.
All right, I'm saving my best pick for last.
Oh, God.
But the Packers are playing the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is a hard game.
Raiders are plus 1.5. Not a great game from Jordan Love last week against the Lions last Thursday night. But they got 11 days off before this game. And they were banged up. So you get Aaron Jones back. You get Watson back. Who knows who the fucking Raiders quarterback is going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
I don't
Oh, well,
even
it's
think
either
it
going to be a
matters.
really hot guy or a really ugly guy.
Either. Yeah. Really hot
A
guy
really hot guy that still can't play.
or Chewy. Fishy line. I don't know. I'm taking the Packers. Minus 1.5.
I like that.
The 11 days rest. It's a long time. And also, Kurt and I had a little discussion. Someone's got to pick the Monday night game every week. So we didn't discuss that with everybody else. So I got to take the Packers.
You're taking the bull by the horns here.
I like the Packers.
So I'm taking one for the team.
I hope they bounce back.
I'd rather go to Vegas and go to the Sphere instead of watch that game.
I'm going in December.
Of course you are.
I have to be there for work. Me
So
and my
bougie.
coworkers
You
know
got
what?
Unbelievable.
tickets.
Fuck you. Sean and I are going to the Amalfi Coast that week.
Yeah. Busy that weekend anyway.
You guys want to come? We could do a show from Vegas.
Chris's wife is coming with us.
No more. No, the Packers.
I'll send pics.
The Packers should be a bigger favorite in that game. I think it's because of how the Lions game that they got beat
Yeah.
up in the line. So
I think so. That was a very, very tough game for me to choose. I wanted to play it.
It's hard. This
I
game
even,
is
got,
hard.
I even got a question mark next to Green Bay.
But it wasn't because like we talked about.
I mean, it was a little bit because we talked about
Okay,
it.
all right. All right, that's my fourth pick.
I hope that's a shootout, that game. That'd be awesome. I want a shootout. I want a 30, 37, 31 game.
I like when
That'd be
Love
nice.
comes back, and I like when they're under a little bit and they do their big rally and they come back and win. It's fun for
Okay.
me.
All right.
That's exciting too.
All right, who goes next?
I like when I win by 50.
Yeah,
that
I
was
like when it's a
exciting.
blowout.
When I don't bet on
70
it
to
and
20
it's
was
not my
awesome.
team, I want it to be fun.
I don't think the Jets have ever won by more than 3 touchdowns
No. Ever in their career?
ever.
No, probably not. I don't think the Steelers have. I don't think
We've never had an offense like that. Oh no, that's not true. We beat the Colts in the playoffs. I was there. Watched Smitty fall down a whole flight of stairs. Drunk.
this guy's getting a lot of play today.
Go ahead.
I'm up.
I got 4, so.
I got
Yeah.
4.
Oh,
have
you
4?
all have 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Your last
shit.
pick is up.
I'm scared you guys are going to harass me for this pick.
We can't harass you any more than.
True.
Probably going to be the
true.
same one I'm going to take. So go ahead.
No, we've been good about that this year. Jets at
Thank
Denver.
God, John.
Jets at Denver, minus 2.5.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm taking the Jets plus 2.5. I am. I'm taking
You
them.
can't go back and forth. I mean, you just went against them in the highest spread of the year, and you went to the game. Did you know you were going to that game?
Yeah.
And you still took KC at plus.
I knew I was going
minus
to the game when
9.5.
Aaron Rodgers was still our quarterback.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's not forget that part.
Flip-flopper.
Got to wear your shirt.
Got to wear my shirt.
I got that shirt in the other
Everyone
room.
loves the shirt, by the
Look
way.
in the shirt.
It's a hit.
Next week I'm wearing it when they
When
win.
they win,
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, I'm taking the Jets plus 2.5 because I feel like you said about Cincy, this is a game where they have to prove themselves.
No.
And
Zach Wilson needs to prove himself. Go on.
Well, yes, but also our offensive coordinator has to prove himself too because before this week, and he went on an entire freaking rant about how everybody knows what the Jets are going to do next
Yes.
because it wasn't changed up until this week. So we'll see what happens, how they call the game. But Jets plus 2.5. Wilson is still fucking amazing on Wilson, the wide receiver.
Oh, I was going to say, what the hell is going on this show?
All of your faces. I hate that they have the same name. Shit. I'm going to call him G. G. Wilson.
My last pick
he's
is the New
awesome.
York Jets plus 2.5.
Oh, my goodness.
The defense frustrated Mahomes last week. Russell Wilson is 65 years old at least.
He's
Come
broken.
back.
Zach Wilson has faced 4 of the top 11 defenses in his first 4 games.
That's impressive.
The Broncos are horrible, awful, have no defense. They generate the least amount of pressure against the quarterback. They're 31st at stopping the run. I think Zach Wilson's going to have the best game of his career.
Wow.
That's
God, you were so hopeful.
Has to.
What about running Brees Hall a little
Has
bit more?
to.
That'd be nice, right?
A lot of money on the Jets. That's what scares me. A lot of early money on the Jets. This line opened up at 3. It's already been bet down to 2.5.
Wow.
You know what's really crazy about that, though, is that similar to you say, we go from liking our team to not liking our team to liking Wilson to not liking Wilson. You said,
it's a
he
horrible
said
fan
it,
base.
he said it, like, not even fan base, but the country. Well, I don't know if it was you or him, was just saying how, oh, Wilson sucks. Now when they're like, oh, he's not so bad. But even the
Wasn't me
betters.
because he still sucks.
But
If you ask
even
me.
the betters, yeah, like if I was truly betting, like if I was
Because now that it's open up to everybody,
now everyone's like,
There's
all right, we'll
imbeciles
hop
betting.
on Jets. Like that's weird to
yeah,
me.
because there's imbeciles betting. There's 8.5 million people in Manhattan that are saying, well, Wilson played really good last
That know
week. Let's
nothing.
bet the Jets.
yeah, idiots.
It's crazy. People have to prove themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they can't beat Denver. They should absolutely beat
Yeah.
Denver. But he has to prove himself that he could do it before you start saying, you know, he's all right. He's an all right quarterback. After you just said that
Yeah.
he's the worst quarterback you've
Yeah.
ever seen in the
I'm not
NFL.
saying
but
he's
to
one
shift
way or
the
the
line
other.
so quickly already when he was not that good 2 days ago.
Well,
It's crazy.
What's shifting is like the professional gamblers are shifting
Yes.
the line because it's the Jets shouldn't be that. They're not the underdog in that game. They should be the favorite.
Yeah, but no, I mean they're giving a home team 3 points, 2 points. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's 2.5 now.
They're the
man.
better team.
Right.
They're the better team. The Jets are the better team.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can't debate that. They're the better team.
You don't think you get a half a point for the quarterback?
I'm sure. I'm
Right?
sure.
I know Wilson's not doing great, but I feel like he gets you a half a point.
And I'm not
But
saying
he
he's a
might-
good
he
quarterback or I'm saying this is it. This is the chance.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
This is
like-
absolutely the chance.
I thought about just taking Denver in case the Jets did bad, just so I had something to fucking feel good about.
Denver money
But
line.
I can't do that. I'm in. Give
No,
me
if
the
he
Jets
throws
plus
3
2.
picks, it's right back to where you started.
Yeah.
there's-
It's over.
It's it. Yeah,
Then his
true.
last name should be Pickett.
It's over.
Oh.
If I
Picks aren't his problem. His problem is he
True.
holds the
Picks
ball
aren't his
way too
problem. You're-
fucking long.
you're
He
right.
gets
1, 2,
smashed.
3, get it out.
Yep.
First read's not there. Second read's not there. All right, now we're in trouble. What's our panic play?
just
Where do we
take a
look?
risk too. Just exactly what he did last week. Just get it near these guys. They'll make the catch.
But that's what I said week 1. I said that week 1 or week 2 after Aaron Rodgers got hurt. I said if he just throws the ball in the general direction of where our receivers are supposed to freaking be,
Good start.
or a tight end, like they're talented. We have talent on our offense.
I'll
They
definitely
should
do.
make the play.
I'll take the picks.
You can't. You,
know?
can't throw
Yeah.
it if you're sacked.
As long as you're trying.
I mean that pass that he threw to Lazard that he caught, that was like a 60-yard pass. He underthrew him by fucking 10 yards.
Yeah.
Lazard made the catch.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
By
He's
the
still
way,
going
he's
up.
been not as good on. He needs more action.
Lazard?
Yeah.
He's not
Caught
that
the-
good.
Well, he caught the touchdown
Still.
too.
Yep. No, he
I'm not.
played well.
He's not like the fact that everybody was going crazy that they brought him over from Green Bay. He wasn't a top 15 wide receiver in the league. He wasn't a top 20 wide receiver in the league.
Almost all those guys are just for Rodgers.
That was a run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
I understand
Rodgers
that,
has
but, like-
connects with him, then that's fine. But again, we talk about Bill Belichick. He gets people they're not that great either, and then he makes them into something.
I
I
think
guess Tom Brady made them into something really.
the Jets are going to go from the most watched regular season game since the
Sunday
Super
night
Bowl
game since the
to
Super Bowl. I
the
saw
least
that.
the least watched game ever. The Jets versus the fucking Broncos.
Are you serious? The KC game was the most
Most watched
game?
football game since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
Sunday.
before that, the Bills game,
Sunday night
week
game.
1 was the most watched game
yeah.
ever.
Yep.
Okay.
It's only the Sunday
Fucking
night
people
game.
like the Jets.
It's
People do
only
like
the
the Jets.
Sunday
You're
night
right.
game.
No,
on
people
that
like
stat.
celebrities.
That's
They were
true,
all
too.
in for Aaron Rodgers.
The Monday night game's still the most watched NFL game on ESPN.
Yeah, on ESPN. It's the only game they put on.
You know where Taylor Swift's not going? To Minnesota this weekend.
She's not?
No chance.
That's true. She only did it because it was New York. Whatever.
She lives here.
Trip, I'll go. I'll leave you the last pick. We were both 3 and 2. Right? You got one more left?
I got one more. Yep.
I am rolling.
Well, he would go last. He's got a better
Guess
season.
what I'm
The
rolling with?
Commanders.
What?
Are you taking the Commanders?
No. That's
No, we're
Thursday
not.
night game. I would have taken
Oh,
Chicago.
damn.
Chicago's the play
I
for
am
Thursday
rolling
night.
with Puka, baby.
Oh, shit.
My Rams. Cup might be back. We're not sure. We don't need him anyway. Puka is there. Plus 4.5 at home. Philly is 6-7 as away favorites. The Rams are 5-1 as home underdogs.
They don't have home field.
What are you talking about?
No.
LA Rams have more home field than LA Chargers.
There's going to be more Eagle fans there than there's going to be Rams.
Hands down.
Let me tell you something.
It's like the Raiders. It's
You
like
might be
Vegas.
right on this. I'm not even going to argue this. I just know that there's more Ram fans than Charger fans in that stadium.
That's
I
true.
think.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's a scary pick.
The Rams are rolling though. They're getting yards. They're getting down the field. The biggest thing that worries me about the Rams is scoring in the red zone. They seem to go for a lot of field goals, which is a problem.
Could be.
Which is a problem. But pretty much I am just rolling with this game at plus 4.5. They gave up a lot in the second half against Indianapolis. That was not expected. I'm going Puka. The guy's over 120 yards almost every game. They're getting him down the field. They're taking time off the clock. I'm hoping they keep it close. Maybe pull off a victory at home. I like McVay.
I hope he keeps
I
it
like
up. He's
McVay.
on
I don't know what the problem is. I like McVay.
I saw some stat today. I'm going to butcher it, but it was like the fastest wide receiver starts to a season in history, and there's like 4 people, and
Puka's got to be up there.
he's up there.
Oh, yeah.
It's Cup twice, and it's Calvin Johnson, and they're all the quarterback was Stafford for all of them.
Wow, that's
Stafford
kinda
was a
cool.
quarterback all.
Oh,
all
wow.
4 times.
Really?
Yep.
Dude, the guy, talk about a guy who
He is
just takes
good.
a chance and just throws the ball and doesn't worry about picks. That's the guy that you have. And if
Yeah,
Cup's
but sometimes it doesn't work out.
Sure.
He gets freaking picks.
Sure. But if Cup's back, even as a decoy, this game could be a lot different.
How do you think that's going to go, though? Actually, I'm asking for a friend because I have both of them on my fantasy team.
I'm asking for a friend. He really likes
Well, I was
Puka.
asking you that lesbian question before. I was also asking for a friend.
Like, do I? Oh, stop. Do I? It is not that
You do
funny.
not sit Puka.
Do I play Cup too?
Possibly. I don't know. Playing 2 wide receivers is tough. I would.
On the same
I'd see
team.
what he does.
Keep Puka. Cup, they're going to just let him dabble a little bit, I think.
I think the Eagles have at least 7 sacks in that game. And they're gonna.
It's a scary game to pick.
They're gonna. The Rams have no run game, so they don't care about the run. I think they're
Been a
gonna.
little bit better this week.
They're gonna maul them.
Who's the Rams running back?
This guy, Kyron Williams?
Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had a decent game, but it was against, Indianapolis or something? It was, a broken defense.
That was like
Eagles.
the one game, and people went crazy running for him in fantasy, and then he had no other game besides that.
Yep, stop talking about fantasy. This isn't a fantasy show.
I'm just saying.
All right, we're not going to continue the show until Katie, you make the sound of a ram.
Ooh.
I don't know what the sound of a ram is.
A lot of no's.
A lot of no's.
Let's just give it.
Absolutely
Try it. Clean.
not. Please show his face when he does that. When we put the
He
clips
thought so
out.
hard about it, and then went.
Well, it's also
That-
because they like hit heads.
Yep.
That might have been a ram dying.
I don't know if they make a noise.
That was a ram that had gotten hit by like a pickup truck.
They definitely make a noise. Turtles don't make noises, but they make a noise.
turtles.
I don't think turtles make noises.
Random.
Who's got a pick left?
I got one left. My last pick. I'm gonna go with the game in jolly old London town. Jacksonville at Buffalo. I lost against the Buffalo Bills this week. Therefore, I have to say, nice pick. Lost the bet to Rachel. Wasn't great. Huge Buffalo Bills fan. Funny story. Do you remember that thing that was thrown on the field a couple years ago in Buffalo?
Was it a bra?
Was it
Nope.
an octopus?
No.
A
no.
dildo?
The Bildo.
It was
Yeah,
a dildo?
I know whose it
Dildo in
was.
the end zone.
It was a girl, Rachel from Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, it was hers. But she's a huge Bills fan. We always talk about the Dolphin Bills game, and I had to shout her out. So, congrats on your being famous for throwing that on the field.
It's
and
another
getting
rival
notoriety.
that your team
How do
loses
you know
all-
this
Oh, no, you
person?
beat the Jets.
I met them 30 years ago.
Okay.
But I'm going to take, in that game, I want to take the under. I'm going to take the under 48.5. London games are usually under. Jacksonville's been staying there. Buffalo's on their way there. I think Buffalo's going to be riding high. Figure Jacksonville's not that great. They're going to try to get the running game going. It's not going to work out so well. Jacksonville hasn't been explosive yet this season. They had a couple big plays tops, maybe 2-3 last week. I think we'll be under 48.5. So give me the under in the Jacksonville at Buffalo in London, under 48.5.
It's a good bet.
Wait,
That stat worked out last week too for you. So
it was Rachel's dildo?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah, no, she smuggled it in there and threw it on the field. Yeah.
did you get in
Not one
trouble?
that she
Did you get
used?
caught?
No, they got away with it.
That's cool.
What's the reason of throwing a dildo on the field?
I don't know.
Oh,
Blackout, maybe?
okay. That makes sense.
You ever see the videos from the Buffalo tailgates? They squirt the mustard and the ketchup on people. They smoke things in like file cabinets. They make pizzas in file cabinets. It's very weird. Very weird situation.
That is weird.
They're a weird
File
fan
cabinet pizza is
base.
nice.
File cabinet
I
pizza.
like the table thing though.
Real quick, before we leave, did you see that the Steelers had to emergency land again? Second
Again?
week
Yes.
in a row?
Yeah.
Someone's
I don't
trying to
know if-
sabotage them.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, there's
Steel
something
Illuminati.
going on there.
Where were they coming from this time? I forgot. Where were they just?
Who'd they just lose to? Houston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd they land? KC again?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get Swifty. But I think
Maybe
that's
they
weird.
like barbecue.
Maybe they need a new plane. I mean, if you got to stop twice,
They fly
You need a
in
new
the
charter.
same plane both times.
I think so.
Oh, I would
I
not.
They got
get
halfway
it.
there. I was like, is Matt Canada still in this fucking plane? Land it now.
Land it now.
We're supposed to leave
They're
him.
trying to leave
Yeah.
him. They're trying to leave him in a
Don't you have to pee? Are you sure you don't have to go to the bathroom? You should try to go to the bathroom.
I would not get back on that plane. I would not get back on that plane.
Yeah, that's crazy, though.
That's scary.
You know who's scary? Mike Tomlin's scary after a loss.
Yeah, yeah.
The pilot probably
scary.
landed the plane and was like, I'm not dealing with this guy.
Should be pissed. All right, we're reviewing these?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's run them through.
All right, we're going to review them. I'll go first. I am taking Indianapolis minus 1.5. It's a pick'em game, but I'm taking Indy. Giants plus 10.5. Cincinnati minus 3. LA Rams plus 4.5. And I'm taking the under in Dallas, San Francisco under 45.
44.5.
We got the Falcons minus 1.5, the Lions minus 8.5, the Steelers plus 4, the Jets plus 2.5, and the Green Bay Packers on Monday night because I had to minus 1.5.
Because I had to.
Good bet.
Taking Houston plus 1.5, Colts minus 1.5, New York Giants at Miami under 49.5, the New York Jets plus 2.5, and San Fran minus 3.5.
Jets and Giants in the same week.
Wow. She took an under, though, from the Giant game.
Yeah.
Safe.
We didn't have to take those games, right? Like we used to have to.
I remember when we used to have to. Hard times.
I got Tennessee, Hitler is plus 1.5. I got the Atlanta Falcons, for some reason, they're favored minus 1.5. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, under 38.5. I got the Dallas Cowboys 3.5. And giving the under in the Buffalo, Jacksonville in London, under 48.5.
Whoop, whoop.
First down dogs.
Is there going to be another London game next week, or is it every week now?
Germany.
There's 3
Yeah, they're-
London games and a Germany game.
A little
Straight
Shiza.
away.
The Germany game's October 15th. So is there another?
Oh, yeah. So that's maybe one in between. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think there's 2 Germany games. Is that what you just said?
No, I'm saying, are they
Oh, I thought
3 in
there
a
was
row
3
that they're
London
playing
games.
these games?
Yeah,
Oh.
there's 3 London games.
They should just leave
I know the
Jacksonville. then.
Dolphins Chiefs game is November 5th.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so they're coming home next
No
week.
Mexico
Oh,
City
it's
this
November,
year?
just
Let's
kidding.
do Mexico City Monday night.
No.
So then there's October 15th in London.
First down, dogs.
That was
spiritual.
sad.
First down, dogs.
Is that an eagle? What
Yeah.
is that?
That's every bird.
Fuck.
What are you talking about?
Is that a dying bird?